Hey guys, so my name is Liz Bills and I'm a singer, songwriter from Boston, Mass. And I am also a muscle tension dysphonia survivor. So this video that I'm doing today, it helps regular singers, it helps singers with tension, and it also, of course, helps my muscle tension dysphonia fam to have a deeper and better understanding of not only their voices or our voices, but ourselves as a whole person. Because to be able to sing in a pain-free, easy way, we have to have that mind and body connection, because our voice comes from our mind and our bodies. Yay! Okay, so the first thing I'm going to explain is, how do we breathe? What does that mean? The anatomy of breathing. Okay, so most of us know that maybe breathing comes from the diaphragm or the lungs, the chest, and the belly. So what happens when you take a breath into your mouth is you breathe through your mouth, it goes down into your passive lung sacs. So lungs are really just sacs to hold your air. So that's why you feel an expansion maybe in your back or your chest when you breathe in. So your lungs are just sacs, they're filling with air. And when you hear about the diaphragm is the muscle that creates, the movement in the ribs. So the diaphragm is this muscle that's kind of in the rib, and it makes the rib move. So you might have heard, use your diaphragm when you're singing. And usually a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know exactly what that is, but it's around here and I'm using it, maybe. But so it's helpful to know, like, what does the diaphragm do and all of that. So again, the diaphragm is the muscle. It is the muscle that makes your ribs move. So when I breathe in, the sacs or my lungs fill with air, and the diaphragm comes down, opening up the rib cage. So it's like, and it comes down, the belly goes out, the organs are pushed down into the belly, and that's why the belly goes out. So that is what the anatomy of breathing is. So let's practice that now. You may have learned or may not have learned that for a singer to take a full, deep singer's breath, you have to breathe fully into your tummy. You might have heard this in yoga too. You also may have heard or not that if you look at a baby or an animal, when they breathe, they're breathing into their bellies. So their bellies expand on the in-breath, and then they just kind of relax back on the exhale. For some reason, a lot of us adults, teenagers, kids get into the opposite habit through stress, maybe through a fast-paced lifestyle, and maybe just not bringing awareness to the body or breath. So if I'd say the first step is put your hands on your belly, and let's take a breath in. So you ready? And then just notice what's happening. Is your belly expanding when you breathe in? It may be contracting when you breathe in. It may be getting tighter. So that's the first step. So no matter what it is, it's a celebration, because now you notice whether you're doing it the right way or the wrong way. And so now to practice doing it right, where you just bring awareness to that area and we try to fill our belly with air. We're filling our belly. Our belly's getting big, big, and you can feel the lungs expanding. You can feel your back expanding, and then you let it all out. If you're doing it and you're like, I can't do it, maybe get on your hands and knees, and with the gravity, it might help to let your belly fall towards the ground when you breathe in. That could be a good way to start. Or if you don't like that, you can lay down, put a book on your belly, and when you breathe in, try to get that book to rise with the air filling your belly. Okay, so that is number one. I have my notes here. Okay, so once you've tackled that, we need to, what do we need to do now? let's talk about natural breathing and the nervous system. So for a lot of singers, it's a stressful lifestyle. We're all stressed out, whether we be a singer or not, or a professional voice user. Maybe we have muscle tension dysphonia and we're stressed out because of that. It's very stressful. Life is stressful. And the nervous system can go crazy. So what has happened to me personally is I'm more and more stressed. I have a lot of pressure being a singer and being a person. So I noticed, well, I didn't notice at first, but my breath was very shallow. I am constantly thinking about the next thing that needs to be done, worrying about it. And my breath is just very short. My stomach is very, very tight, holding a lot of tension, fear, worry, stress. And I'm just not noticing it. I'm just going through my life like a crazy person. So the first thing I had to do was notice that. And once I noticed it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tense. I'm barely breathing. How did I not notice? But it's very easy to not notice these things. So I noticed it. And that was partly why my throat area, my face, my shoulders, my back, my whole body really at this point has become this tense ball. So not really breathing. I'm not letting my nervous system relax. And how do we relax? Like our subconscious brain, our nervous system, this sort of wild animal within us that, it can't tell if you're stressed because you're running from a bear or your boss is yelling at you, right? Or you're going on stage, right? It can't tell the difference between a tiger attacking you and you freaking out because your voice is burning and you have to go into work and you can't sing or talk. So the nervous system gets all riled up, the breathing becomes short and tight, your body becomes tight to protect yourself, and you're just in this constant state of flight or fight. And I'm pretty sure that MTD, muscle tension dysphonia, is part of that. Anxiety is part of that. Depression is part of that. Having a lot of tension in the singing is part of that. Feeling a deep sense of, or a deep hole inside of you is part of that. So what can we do about this to help our breathing, to help us feel better, not just physically, but emotionally, right? We start to meditate and we do yoga. And we start to notice our breath and we practice deep breathing and deep relaxation. So what I've been doing every day that I can, we don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves, is to meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. And I do it on YouTube because I like when people tell me what to do, and I love guided meditations. But if you don't like that, you can just sit in a nice cozy spot and you can breathe deeply like that. So it's this idea of practicing relaxation and practicing deep breathing to get our body into homeostasis, to get our nervous system calmed down and relaxed, to feel happier, to be more present in the moment, and to tune into our body. And remember that our mind and our body are one. So this is great medicine to get to that place. And it's not even a matter of getting there, but it's just doing it as much as you can to be there, right? And then another big thing that I've become obsessed with is yoga, because that is great for everything, but singing too, because it teaches you to breathe deeply and be very mindful of your body. Practicing relaxation and peace while you're doing something athletic, because singing is athletic. We do not want to be these blobs of jelly when we're singing, and we do not want to be like this tense, tight ball either, right? So where's that balance? Where's that yin and yang there? So yoga can really help you with that practice, whether you be jumping on stage, singing really intensely like I do, or even if you're a relaxed singer, maybe you're just like tense inside or tense inside your mind. So yoga can really help with that balance between being an athlete, which singing and performing and being a musician is athletic, and then also relaxing and being in a state of peace and calm and awareness, right? Yeah. So that's my spiel on that. So Next, let's do some exercises. So I'd say most importantly, a lot of us singers and muscle tension dysphonia peeps are hard triers. We try so hard, and sometimes we find ourselves in this very tense situation because we're trying. And it's not a bad thing, it's because we care. But we need to get back to how do we breathe naturally? So we don't want to try too hard, but we want to try, right? So first and foremost, I would practice meditation and yoga, and just when you're singing, just breathing from a place of calm and natural. So just breathing fully in and then singing out, breathing fully in and then talking out. We're not gonna try too hard because then we're gonna get into this place where we're creating tension because we're trying so hard. So we wanna trust our natural body. So that's one thing I'm gonna say before I do all these things that we're going to kind of try to do. One thing you can try is the 5-5-5. A lot of people with anxiety do this. If you have muscle tension dysphonia, you probably have anxiety. They kind of go hand in hand, but maybe not. If you're, just regular singer, you too. All right, so let's breathe in for 5. We're gonna breathe in fully, our chest, our belly, our back, our sides. We're gonna breathe in through the mouth, and then we're gonna hold it for 5, and then we're gonna exhale for 5. And this is a great practice to do, just to get yourself into the breath, get started, release anxiety and fear. All right, let's try it. So we're gonna breathe in for 5. Here we go. Hold. I don't know if I was very good at that. Oh, I'm being a hard trier. Let's do it one more time. So we're gonna put our hand on our belly, we're gonna smile, we're gonna put a hand on our heart. Everything is great. And we're gonna breathe in. You ready? So breathe in. Hold. Release. 3, 4, 5. And you can do that a few times a day. Do it as much as you want. Do it as little as you want. If you don't like it, don't do it. The next exercise, I do this one personally, like in the morning if I have a gig. I'm not a morning person. I like to sing more at night. So I'll do it in the morning if I feel out of breath. But you can do it whenever. You can do it before you start singing. You can do it anytime. I guess I'm trying to make a point that it's not a one size fits all. Okay, so this is called the leaky tire. I'm a vocal coach, so I do this with all my kids. They love it, but it works, of course, for adults too. It's just a very basic exercise. So you're gonna breathe in again, just naturally into the belly, nice and open and expanded, and then you're gonna make a leaky tire sound. So I'll demonstrate. So I'm gonna go. Until I'm out of air, but until I'm naturally out of air. I don't want to push it until I'm like I have all these muscle tension. So just a natural thing. There. And then another thing, so it's like if you can't do it, that's okay. I have another one after this. You can do short leaks too, so you can feel your diaphragm sort of working. So you can go. And that's a good way to warm up your breath, get everything moving, flowing. And so those are like the 2 basic ones. If you have like a balloon, unfortunately I don't have one, you could practice strengthening your airflow by blowing into the balloon. But you know, if it hurts you or creates more tension, just don't do it. No worries. These are all options. Another thing you can do is breathe in like this. Blow out those birthday candles. So if the leaky tire isn't working for you, just blow out some candles. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a few more things and then we'll be done. Another thing that I find very important in breath, which is the most important part of singing, is breath. Yeah. Is the way you breathe in is the way that you're gonna sing out. This is mind-blowing and changed my life. The mouth shape. Okay, so we need to raise up our soft palate in the back of our mouth for healthy singing. What is the soft palate? The hard palate is right here. The soft one is in the very back. You can feel it it's where your dingly dangly thing is. See that thing? It's this. So when you yawn, my soft palate is expanding right now. You can feel it probably most easily when you yawn. If you haven't already implemented the soft palate into your routine, I would totally do it. It's amazing. It creates more space, more airflow, more of a balance. It does so many great things. Every singer should always lift their soft palate a little bit and always be mixing, right? But again, we're talking about airflow. So of course, when we breathe in the air, we think about that when we sing out. The way we breathe in is the way that we sing out. Okay, so mouth shapes. We can breathe in a smile to promote the lifting of the soft palate. So it'll also make us feel happy. So when you breathe in before you sing, hey, or you can yawn when you breathe in. Hey! Or you can do a surprise breath to just experiment, see what works. Maybe you're working on a certain kind of note and you're sort of struggling. You can try this too. Hey! So surprise. It doesn't have to have sound. Surprise. And then two more that I'll give you. Circle breath. You can try the circle breath. You can try it in a straw, because it's a circle. Wee, 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 wee. You can hear my soft palate is raised. When it's not raised, it sounds like this. Wee, 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 wee. It's flat. There's no space for the air to go. It sounds very, very nasal. Ugh. So with the soft palate raised, wee, 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 wee. It's almost like I'm yawning. I can make it very big and spacious, or I can kind of tone it down and have more of a contemporary sound. Wee, 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 wee. It's more contemporary. But we all have to lift our soft palate, even for the more nasally sounds. Wah, 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 wah. I still have my soft palate lifted just a bit. Okay, so that was the circle one. Oh, and then you can get very creative. So then you can breathe in vowels. So let's say you're trying to hit an ah or an e. So if I wanted to hit an ah vowel singing, I would think about ah when I breathe in. Ah. Maybe I want to hit an e note, an e vowel. So I think about e when I breathe in. E. So mouth shapes. Who would have thought? The way you breathe in is the way that you're going to sing out. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Okay, so a few more things, then we're done. So now also when you sing out, I want you to practice thinking about your air as a line that goes out before you. So maybe it goes up, over, and out through your third eye, or goes over and out here, or here. The air is going out before you. The common thing that we want to get away from is singing out with our air and thinking about going up or down. Instead, we want to think about a line, or maybe a rushing brook, a flowing river, a blast of air. Come up with something, have a real thought behind your breath. that's going out before your face. So let's practice that. So why don't we do either grab a straw if you like to do it, or do a trill, a tongue trill. I love those ones, but not everyone can do them. A hum, or that's better for your attention. So we're gonna have that thought of thinking straight before us. We're gonna breathe in. How about a yawn? You ready? So we're gonna go, and it'll sound like this. I'll use a straw. I was just thinking the air is going straight before my face. Let me try it on a trill now. So breathe in, a yawn. So remember, breathing is the most important part of singing. So if you'd like, you could try an exercise that starts with the breath, and then maybe the sound kind of jumps along for the ride. So you could try going, oh wait, you can only do this with a trill or a straw. The hum won't work with it. So you're gonna go. You could do this on any kind of exercise, any kind of piano sound, pitch, whatever. So let's start with the air again. Another one that you could try is that's my air going this way. Okay, and then I'll show you one more exercise just to work on everything together. And I hope this video makes sense. I'm just winging it. Okay. So you're going to, here's a full breath warm up. You're going to breathe in. Everything's expanding. And then when you sing out, you're going to push down the water. Okay. So let's do it on a trill or a hum or a straw, whatever feels the best for you. And you're going to go. I'm pushing active arms down, air out before me. Let's do another one. Breathing in, maybe a smile this time. Just out, out. Maybe it's a circle. Out, out. Okay. So I think that's everything for today. Let me know what you guys want to learn. I'm gonna, now that we're quarantined with the corona, I'm feeling more motivated, more inspired to try to help more people with MTD. I have a lot of people messaging me for help. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can help everyone and also not deplete my own energy. So any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. I will probably start a Patreon soon with subscription services, but always having the free stuff too. So this is all in breath. Please ask me as many questions as you want in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them and help in any way that I can. It does get better. And the great thing about anxiety, depression, muscle tension, dysphonia, swallowing disorders, the disorders of the voice that cannot be explained in Western medicine, the great thing about having them is it really brings you on this personal health journey of mind and body connection. So, you know, I never would have meditated and done yoga and all of these great things without this disorder. So it's really changed my life for the better. And, you know, my goals now is to try to relax my nervous system, because if your nervous system is all strung out and you're in a state of flight or fight all the time, your voice will be in a state of flight or fight. So that makes sense to me. And don't worry, Western medicine will be getting more of this in there, the mind and body connection. So I'm excited for that. So follow me on Instagram at Liz Bills. I talk a ton about this stuff on my stories. I do like singing stuff on there on my stories. I'm also a singer-songwriter, so if you want to check out my music, go to lizbills.com. I'm trying to go solo, so coming out with a song on May 1st called Mama Song. So you can do the pre-save Spotify thing on lizbills.com. And then I'm on Facebook, Liz Bills Music, Twitter, I don't know. Does anyone use Twitter? I guess I don't. I'm on there though, somewhere. So those are like the 3 platforms that I'm on, and thank you guys for all the support. And I'm just so thankful that I can help other people get to a better place when ENTs and Western medicine doctors just kind of really dropping the ball here. So hopefully I can help, and yeah, I think that's it. So I hope this video is good. And I will be trying to do more videos now that I'm quarantined with the corona. I don't have corona, but because of the coronavirus. My next one, I think, is going to be on maybe mixing the voice. And then the one after is going to be like, how do I belt? And this is all like for muscle tension dysphonia and regular singers too. Like just great healthy technique, how to do things with ease and power without pain. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe. Please find me on Instagram. Please love me because I love you. Bye.